And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, to the decider, Game 3. It is, in the blue, Arctic Frenzy playing once again as the Chaos Lord, and the Tenso playing this time as the Force Commander, versus Ocean's 8 Alaska as the Plague Champion, and Shroom, again, the Chaos Sorcerer. Who, we have already decided that I don't have a clue what he does, so we shall watch him more closely to see if we can learn something. Anyway, Ash is a Typhon, the 2v2 version, one of my favourite 1v1 maps, and I think it's a pretty good 2v2 map as well. They basically just expanded this eastern side tremendously. The west is slightly different and has a victory point here rather than at each end, and power here rather than wreck. Middle remains much the same. Base layout, there's a lot more sort of dead space here. You probably won't see too much going on there. Here we have the Plague Champion forced off immediately by the Heretics and CSM of Arctic Frenzy. Doom Bolts do miss quite considerably. But here comes a concerted chaos push here. Heretics from Oceans, CSM Heretics from Shroom. Middle victory point has been claimed by the scouts of Tenso. Double CSM for AF2 as per usual. A Doom Blast suppresses the entire Chaos Army. But chasing down is the Sorcerer and the CSM, looking to get into melee with these lower CSM, but they'll find reinforcements coming from the base of AF2. Chaos Lord chasing Heretics around. Chop chop. Doesn't get one. Decent Doom Bolts there. Probably an element of friendly fire, actually. So, the Heretics of Oceans Doom Blasting the Tactical Marines, chopping them up a bit, but are persuaded to leave by combined fire of 2 Scouts and some Chaos Space Marines over here. Chaos Lord doing his job pretty nicely, keeping the Heretics out of the fight. Plague Champion is back in, fully healed, ready to shoot people with his Pestilential Bolter. What's going on over here? The Force Commander just capped up the entire west side pretty much by himself. Power farm being fully populated here, but they will be missing a natural power farm there. Let's see what goes on in the mid. Chaos also tries to decap the central power farm. Gets a decent Doom Bolts on the Heretics, no models lost, but a lot of damage inflicted. We have Raptors on the way and Noise Marines for Arctic Frenzy. Chaos Sorcerer is going to take a hell of a lot of firepower here from the tax, and the rest of the army of Shroom moving back out onto the field. Let's see how he goes. So, Force Commander chopping up Noise Marines. Nice special there, knocks him back. Takes a bit of firepower from the Chaos Space Marines. Another special. Doesn't hit. Another special. Dodged again by the CSM. Nice play from Shroom. Another special. He must have his battle cry active. There we go. Now he actually hits. Raptors jumping in, suppressing scouts. They do not get the suppression onto the tax or the CSM. CSM now have Corn Worship behind them, increasing their movement speed. Raptors chasing off a whole bunch of people, trying to get onto the Tactical Marines. That's where the firepower of this Space Marine force is. Meanwhile, Assault Marines on their way out as well. So heavy Tier 1 builds here from the blue team. Double Chaos Space Marines as per usual for Arctic Frenzy, and we have Raptors coming now from Shroom. Oceans not looking to grab a 4th squad just yet by the looks of things. Heretics will be dissuaded from their attempts to kill this node by a Chaos Lord. Chops up one of them. He's moving on. Gonna chop up a second. There it goes. Delicious. Meanwhile, Raptors are forced off by double CSM and Heretics. What's going on down here? Noise Marines were trying to get a bash off. They did get at least 1 generator, maybe 2. Doom Bolts. Oh, that's a great hit from Doom Bolts there. Yeah, on just 2 models, so there's 1 full health model and 2 about half health. Here comes the Chaos Warhost with Corn Worship sprinting into combat, looking to bash the power of the red team. They get 1 generator. Is there anything that the red team can do? There's a second Heretic squad on the way for Oceans. Let's see here. With the Noise Marines, this should be a fairly easy power bash, honestly. Noise Marines staying in play for Shroom, despite the fact they are very low on health. They will drop models rapidly at this point, having all three still up. Force Commander using his Iron Halo to get in, tanking up some damage. Raptors jump onto the double scouts, no shotguns to dissuade. Noise Marines did drop a model, probably the bolt pistol of the Force Commander, as he's chopping people up. But this is a full power bash here from Arctic Frenzy. Can he survive the counter-engagement? Let's have a look-see. Ocean CSM getting messed up, but double heretics now will persuade everything else off. What's going on down here? Noise Marines looking to bash, and the Force Commander did go down. The Heretic Astartes making their will known over the their loyalist brethren over here. Although, can you really call them loyalist brethren when they are sided with the Chaos Lord? Who knows? That's a question for the historians among us. All right, Shroom forced off at this point. Loyalist Space Marines pushing forwards. Assault Marines. That's a really good jump, actually. That's a really nice jump. Knocks down everything. Forces the entire Chaos Force of Shroom into retreat. Arctic Frenzy has backed off. Grenade Launcher Heretics up for the second squad now of Oceans, but they get gunned down immediately by the double CSM. Holy shit, they died quick. Don't send regular humans to deal with Astartes. That's my advice. It doesn't work well. So, stabilizing here for the blue team. They did get their power bashed, but they have some generators here. They have a full farm here. And they're bashing as well this point. There you go. Breaking one generator now. Looks like it might have been cancelled, actually. Let's see what goes on here. We have Nurgle Worship. Noise Marines advancing up. They're going to shut down the ranged weapon of the Plague Champion and the Chaos Space Marines. Where are the Raptors? The Raptors are retreating. Looks like team not quite on the same page here. Raptors diving onto the Tactical Marines, second squad here, forcing the cacophony out of AF2's Raptors. Shotgun Blast knocks down Heretics. And now they managed to close the jaws of the trap upon the enemy. Red team will force the blue team back here, protecting their generators. They did lose, obviously, this point down here, and a triple cap now for the blue team. Iron Halo Force Commander with the Artificer armor, speeding forwards, chopping up Raptors. Tzeentch Worship does provide them the cover of infiltration. God, the victory points massively in favor of blue team already. It's still pretty early on into the game. Tier 2 is on the way now for all four players. This will be the most even advancement to Tier 2 that we've seen so far, because finally the blue team actually managed to pressure power early in the game. Usually we've seen in this series red team bashing and capturing power without any response from the blue team. No Eternal War on the CSM. Smart decision there. No real need for it. They will gun down Heretics just fine, and the extra 20% won't really come into play against other power-armored opponents, at least until they get Mark of Tzeentch. Then it's very, very good. But in Tier 1, double Eternal War can be very expensive. Nurgle Worship trying to keep these CSM in play. They have their ranged firepower shut down by the Sound Blasters of the Noise Marines, and the Heretics are going to start getting absolutely rinsed by these CSM. Noise Marines again moving into position. The Raptors do not manage to suppress. There we go, now they get the suppression on. And Noise Marines forced off. Can we kill a model? We can. That's good. Let's see what's going on down here. Cacophony from the Noise Marines of Shroom, knocking down the Assault Marines and saving the lives of his own Raptors, without a doubt. The Assault Marines do have one further jump, if they can maybe get in front, but no, Assault Marines aren't the best. Chasing units, probably not worth it. Red team really needs to pay attention to their victory point situation. It's dire. It's very dire. Blood Crusher's coming from both red team players. Blood Crusher is up from AF2. And the Dreadnought on the way from the Tenso. Oceans recognizes the danger. They need VPs, and they need them now. Oh, these ASM, are they going to get out of there? Just. Holy moly, that was close. This is going to be one hell of a comeback if the red team can manage, like, especially on this map with all 3 victory points being in the center. It's a triple cap can occur really easily, and you can't really sustain that at 80 victory points. Blood Crusher is in, Chaos Lord is in with the Harness of Rage. Going again for a tanky build. Kill the Weak, knocks back the Raptors. Uh-oh. And then blue team are going to reinstate the triple cap, most likely here. If they actually get on here, what's going on? Where's the Dreadnought? Dreadnought plodding out. He probably won't be needed. He will dissuade the Blood Crusher. Blue team could recapture here. We have the play champion down. Blood Crusher is trying his best to hold off the Space Marines. And Raptors come in with their aspiring champion. But the Dreadnought is almost here. They just have to hold out for a few seconds longer. That's a very, very distant cap there from the Force Commander. And the Power Fist is on the way. Oh, it's a Multi-Melter. Multi-Melter Dreadnought. We were us. And GG. I don't think that was too surprising. And Arctic Frenzy and Tenso will take the series 2-1. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.